Those are some Lady Vols remembering coaching legend Pat Summitt. She died June 28th after a battle with early onset Alzheimer's. And after her death, Maria Cornelius wrote a book about Coach Summitt. It is called The Final Season, The Perseverance of Pat Summitt. Maria joins us now. You're a longtime sports writer. You knew Pat Summitt quite well and her players quite well. And this book is all about taking what they knew about her and reflecting their opinions.
Yes, it was meant to commemorate and acknowledge that final season. It deserved its own book because it was such an unusual season for a coach to announce she has dementia and then stay on the sideline. And the book chronicles why she did it, how the players adjusted, and then how hard it was on them because they were watching this legendary, powerful woman, and they could see the slipping as that season went on. It was emotionally devastating, and yet that team kept putting their shoes on, kept putting those uniforms on, and kept going out there to play for Pat.
What was your favorite moment about writing this book?
Listening to the interviews, because I recorded them. The voice of Candace Parker, Mickey DeMoss, Holly Warlick, Dean Lockwood, Angie Bjorklund, Glory Johnson. These people's voices would just fill my office as I transcribed the tape. And every one of them cried in the interviews. And those tapes are, I actually use the old micro cassettes. I don't even think they make them anymore. I'm going to have to find a way to preserve them, but I am keeping those tapes forever.
Those are history, certainly. You talked about the book signings you've been to. You released it on October 1st, but you've been all over and hearing from fans, and those stories are powerful themselves.
Yes, and some of them were so funny because they were so Pat. One lady said that she saw Pat at one of Pat's book signings and said, "Pat, you stole my carpenter." And Pat was like, "What are you talking about?" Well, apparently this lady used the same carpenter in East Tennessee because he did such great work, and she used him for multiple projects, and he came to her and said, "I'm not available for like 6 months. I've got a special project, can't talk about it." And when it was done, he finally said, "I had to redo Pat's house." And so when she went to Pat, she marched up to Pat like, "You stole my carpenter." And Pat, of course, just started laughing like, you know, "Of course I did. I needed work done."
That is awesome. We know Coach Summitt for more than 1,000 wins, 8 national championships. We know her for that success of defense and rebounds. That's how you win championships. How do you think she'll be remembered?
She'll be remembered for all of that, but she will be remembered for how she treated people. And the more famous she got, the more grounded she got. She talked about, another person came to a book signing, and he said that he was there with his wife, and he was at a Webb game, and she was there to see Tyler. And so this was, you know, Pat was in her heyday then when Tyler was at Webb. And he saw Pat come in, and he nudged his wife. He goes, "She's going to ask me for some coaching advice." And of course, his wife just rolled her eyes. And at halftime, he went out and found Pat in the lobby. He said, "I need you to help me play a joke on my wife. I need you to come up and ask me for coaching advice." Well, Pat plays it to the hilt, goes up there, says, "You run that nice 1-3-1 defense. I need you to talk to me about it." Wife's mouth is hanging open. And they kept going, and finally they let the wife in on it. And she, you know, of course, and he talks about that to this day. And that was Pat. Who else would take the time out of her day to go help a guy she didn't even know till they met in the lobby go play a practical joke on his wife?
That says a lot. Maria, always good to see you. Thank you very much.
You too, John.
Appreciate it.